Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This video will be a tutorial. So first thing first, I'm going to lay out my fabric, and I have folded mine in two, and I'm just going to size up the dress to the fabric that I have folded just to be sure that it's enough. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to fold over the fabric again, and if you have seen my previous video, this is how I do my pattern making, and I fold the fabric in four. So the pieces that is overlaid, that'll be the center back, and the folded one will be the front center fold. So now I'm just cutting along the center back of the fabric and removing the excess fabric that's left. So the fabric that I'm using today is a stretchy one, and if you know stretchy fabric, it's really hard to manage, especially when you're cutting it. So that's why I keep straightening and flattening out the fabric on the table, just to make sure there's no bulkiness inside. So what I'm doing now is I grab the dress that I'll be assembling with, and I fold it in two and align the center fold of the dress to the center fold, front center fold of the fabric. And because this dress is already a halter dress, it's easier for me just to follow where it cuts on the sleeves and also the neckline. So after this, I'm just going to clean up the neckline, and I'm also going to lower the front neckline down to give it more room. So now I'm just going to cut along the side hem of the dress, leaving in 2 to 3.5 or 4 centimeter of seam allowance and also dots. And then I'm just going to cut along the waistline of the dress. I'm just going to cut along the bottom length of the fabric, making sure that it is straight. So because I have already measured my dress and I know that this is the length that I need, I'm just going to cut along where I stopped on the side hem and cut it along all the way down to the bottom of the fabric. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to straighten the fabric again, flat it out and make sure that it's straight, no bulkiness, and then I'm just going to continue cutting it all the way down. So now I have removed the back, and I'm just going to fold the front again and mark it on the hips. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to open up the fabric, and on the hip line where I marked, I'm going to fold that side on top of the other, and that way I'll see how high or how low I want the slit to be. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to fold it over and cut it along the fold line. So after you're done with that, you just fold it over and put it aside. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut out the high neckline for the halter dress. So all you need to do is measure your neckline and then cut out a 10 to 12 centimeter piece for the high neck. and that's all you need to do. So after this, I'm just going to cut out the ruffles for the dress, and I have this circle shaped piece of fabric, and I'm just going to cut along the side, and I'm going to use that later on for the ruffles. So once you finish cutting, it's time to start sewing. So what you do first is you start sewing the front and back darts, and once you're done with that, we'll move into the next one. Now as you can see, I have finished sewing the front and back darts. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on to the bottom of the dress and sew the back and front darts as well. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to move on and sew the back pieces together, and that'll be the top and the bottom together on the waistline, and I will also do the same thing to the front. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to place the back pieces together, and I'm going to align it on the center fold. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to measure my zipper. I'm going to mark it where I want it to stop, and from there down, all the way down, I'm going to close that. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to place the front piece of the dress to the back piece together, and I'm not going to show the zipper now, I will do that last. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to place them together, and I will sew the side hem of the dress. So as you can see, I've done the side, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open it on the side, and I'm going to fold the armhole of the dress from the neckline through the armhole back to the neckline. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to insert this little strap for the high neckline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew it around from the back all the way to the front and then back again. And after this, we'll do the next step. So once I'm done with that, I also inserted the zipper on the back, And what I did is I started all the way from the neckline down. So the last thing to do is to add the ruffles to the bottom of the dress, and that's it. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment below and share this video, and if you want to watch more, then click that subscribe button. Thank you so much, and God bless.